What is up everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today guys, we are back with another Hot Toys figure preview video, and once again we are doing another figure from the Ashoka series. Yesterday we did the Balin skull video. Today we're gonna go ahead and do Shin Hati. If that's how you pronounce it, I apologize if I am mispronouncing that. Both of these figures were announced on the same day. I kind of wanted to do a separate video for each of them so that we can describe each figure in detail, right, and not just pretty much announce that both figures are out. Again, yesterday we did Balin, today we're doing Shin. So again, obviously both of these figures, we were awaiting these for a while now. For a second there we thought that we weren't gonna get them, but thankfully we are. And this for now is the 10th figure that Hot Toys has announced for the Ashoka series. I cannot be more thrilled about this. First of all, I'm shocked. I cannot believe that Hot Toys has decided to announce so many figures for this specific series. I think the last time that we got a double-digit figures for a specific show or movie, it was for Spider-Man No Way Home. Please correct me guys if I'm wrong, but this would be the 10th figure. Will it be the last one? We'll see about that. I feel like they will release a new Anakin with rooted hair from the Clone Wars scene with Ahsoka. That would probably be the last figure that I can think of that Hot Toys will release for this specific series. But honestly, no complaints. I am so glad to know that they have done so many figures, because again, there were a lot of specific characters that were on this series. So glad to know that Hot Toys has decided to do all of these figures. But again, let's go ahead and get to Shin. Again, she was released as well. Cannot wait to go ahead and get her. Let's go ahead and start with the images of the figure herself. So first and foremost, she looks great. To me, the wardrobe looks absolutely amazing, kind of similar to Balin's. It's very well done. She also has her clothes, right? It is a brownish type of color, and she does come with her red lightsaber as well. As I mentioned with the Balin figure, and I'll go ahead and do the same thing here with Shin. Hopefully these lightsabers, not just for these two figures, but all the other figures that Hot Toys has announced recently for the Ashoka series, hopefully they are as bright as they possibly can be. One of the complaints that all of us have had is that those LED lights on the lightsabers are not bright enough. Hopefully that's something that changes with these figures, because we want to display them as greatly as possible. Obviously the lightsaber is probably the most important accessory to a Star Wars character or figure, so hopefully Hot Toys improves on that. As I mentioned before, right, she looks really good. She comes with pretty much the similar accessories to Balin. The base sadly is the same base. Obviously the only difference would be the nameplate. And again, as I always mentioned on my previous videos, Lucasfilms does have some type of limitations when it comes to Hot Toys figures. If I'm not mistaken, like the main cover of a box has to be the same. I'm not sure if the style of the main base for a character has to be the same as well, or the nameplate, because they do the same base for every single character. So I don't think Hot Toys would do that just on purpose. I feel like they probably have some limitations. But again, as I mentioned before, she has a base. Unlike Balin, she has less pairs of hands. With Balin, we get a total of 13 hands. With Shin, we get 7. I would assume that some holding her lightsaber, some posing, using the Force. I think 7 is fine. We do get the same lightsabers as well. And pretty much all of her accessories, right, with the suit itself or costume. Now, taking a look at her right now, she looks really good. I love the fabric of the clothing. Obviously, these are just images that I'm seeing, so we would know more once we get the figures in person. But the way that it looks right here, they look absolutely awesome. The clothing looks really legit, and I love her weaponry or accessories that she has on her wrist. They look really legit as well. And as you guys can see, the fabric here of her shoulder pads, right, or accessories, they look really legit as well. I love the fact that it's dirty and it kind of comes with those dirt applications, obviously to show that the character has been in battle. So that looks really good as well. As I mentioned before, the clothes, the brown cloth that it comes with as well, as you guys can tell, it's probably gonna have some wiring and around it, so that we can go ahead and adjust it around the figure's head sculpt. And speaking of head sculpt, so Really quick on the head sculpt. When I did the Balin video, I mentioned that it was a perfect head sculpt, and Hot Toys always does the best job possible when it comes to when it comes to Star Wars head sculpts. With this one right here with Shin, I will openly confess something seems off, and I cannot tell what it is. I mean, she looks like the actress, she looks like the character Shin. It's not a bad head sculpt. I think it's really good, but I can't go perfect. Something seems off about it. I'm thinking, again, I could be wrong, but what I'm thinking is that around her eyes, the shade should be a little bit darker, right? Obviously, she has kind of like this dark makeup surrounding her eyes to make her look a little bit more evil and more of a villain. So I think that's probably what's missing about this face sculpt, that it doesn't have the darker shade around her eyeballs. So I'm thinking that's what she's missing, but maybe you guys can think of something else. As I always say, if you guys disagree with my opinion or agree with it, feel free to always leave a comment to kind of share your opinion, or pretty much share your thoughts about the figure itself. As I always say, I'm always going to respond. I like having conversations with you guys about these figures, and I feel like that's why I do these videos, so that we all get that opportunity. So again, my thinking is that she's missing that kind of darker shade makeup around her eyeballs, and that's why the face sculpt isn't perfect. But still in all, it's a good head sculpt. She looks like the actress, and to me, no complaints whatsoever. I would assume based on this image, she's going to come again with the rolling eyeballs, so that's kind of pretty much a given. Taking a look at other images, she looks absolutely awesome on this one with her cloth, the lightsaber, and her rolling eyeballs. And again, the expression as well is really good, kind of like Balin. They both have this type of series kind of mean look. Obviously they're villains, so that would make sense, so no issues there. And again, just taking a look more at some of the other images, again, the base pretty much the same one as Balin. The way she's standing, again, she looks absolutely awesome, and I would assume that she also comes with a crotch grabber to go ahead and hold the figure together, so no issues there whatsoever. So pretty much, again, we can keep taking a look at these images. She doesn't come with a lot of accessories, right? Only the suit itself, the costume, right? The lightsabers and the head sculpt is pretty much what we can talk about. But again, she looks absolutely awesome. Cannot wait to go ahead and get her and Balin, right? And cannot wait to go ahead and get this full Ahsoka collection, because there are so many figures. Again, as I mentioned before, so excited and so surprised that they decided to release all of these figures for this specific series. Again, taking a closer look at the figure itself, again, I keep thinking the same thing. I feel like there has to be like a darker type of shade to her eyes, and that's why she doesn't look perfect. But again, my personal opinion, you guys might disagree. As I mentioned before, if you guys do, feel free to leave a comment on the video so that we can have that discussion. So again, taking a look more at the images, there she is with her counterpart Balin, which we previewed yesterday. Cannot wait to go ahead and get these two guys together. So pretty much that would probably be the only thing that I can really discuss about the figure. As I always like to say, these images are not final. This is just a prototype. Some things are subject to change. Some might get worse, some might get better. Hopefully they can improve the face sculpt just a tad bit. If not, I think it's fine. I think it's still a good head sculpt. The figure looks great either way, and I cannot wait to go ahead and grab her along with Balin. So very excited about that. And then final images, she does come with this accessory. I believe she uses this on the series. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have the greatest memory, so I can't remember very well, but she does come with this, unlike Balin. So that's something to look out for once the figure arrives. As I mentioned before, the rolling eyeballs, she does have that as well. And again, as I mentioned before, the costume or wardrobe is very detailed, so that is something definitely to look out for. Cannot wait to feel the fabric of the suit to see how it feels. So pretty much that's kind of it for the preview video. As I mentioned before, the same lightsaber, same base, less pairs of hands. The wardrobe looks great. Her separate rolling eyeballs. The face sculpt is good but not perfect. So that's pretty much what I kind of have to say about the figure itself. She is up for pre-order on Sideshow Collectibles. If you guys want to go ahead and grab her yourselves, I'm going to go ahead and include the link to Sideshow on the description of the video. And pretty much that would be it for the video, right? I do want to go ahead and remind you that I am on TikTok and Instagram. The links to that are on the description of the video. As I always like to say, thank you so much for supporting my channel and all of my accounts. You guys are the best. I cannot be more thankful for all the support that I receive on a daily basis. If this is the first time that you are watching me, as I always like to say, like this video, hit the notifications bell, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that way you guys are always up to date with any content that I drop on a daily basis. So this is going to be it for this preview video of Shin Hati from the Ashoka series. Thank you once again for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time.